So we are back and we're going to fancy up our table a bit. So right now I'm looking at this at the HTML here, and I'm looking at my animal, vegetable, and mineral table here. And you know what? Let's add something. Let's add something new. Okay, so we haven't used this tag yet, TH. That stands for table header. We don't have a header for this table, so we don't know what the table is about. Well, we do know what the table is about, but a search engine wouldn't, and it would be more attractive to have a header that would span all three columns. That would be much more interesting. So we're going to go to our table code here, starting with the table tag. We have our first table row, animal, vegetable, mineral. I'm going to put a table header that is going to denote what the table is about. And I'm actually just going to be really silly and say, what is it? Animal, vegetable, mineral. Save. Hey, what's going on there? It should span all three columns, right? No, it doesn't do that automatically. Remember, this is the tag, and every tag has attributes. And one of the attributes of the table header tag is colspan, column span. So we have three columns. Now when I save it, hey, there it goes. So now we have column span. There's also row span. So for example, if I wanted these rows to not have dividing lines in between them, I could do that. But for right now, I'm going to be happy with column span. So TH column span equals 3. What is it? Okay, now there's something that I wanted to draw your attention to. All right, so we have some conflicting CSS. Stop, look at the code from here to here, and tell me what you think the conflicting CSS is. All right, you guessed it, it's in the color. So I have the table data rule here for color, cadet blue, which means that the table cells themselves are going to have the color of cadet blue. And then I also specify the table, I also specify in table data that I have a border of black. So I'm conflicting there. So let's, and also I haven't specified anything for table header. All right, so let's take table header, and I'm going to write a rule specifically for that. All right, so table header. Okay, it's indenting it for me, and I don't really want it to do that. Okay, table header. Let's use something else. Let's change its font family. So check out all the stuff that I can use with the fonts. Font style, font variant, font ligatures, font variant position, font weight, and we are going to just use font family, and it's giving us a whole bunch of choices here. Now, of course, we have learned about font stacks, but we're going to just choose sans serif. So any sans serif that the computer has, we want it. There it is. What is it? As a matter of fact, I think I like the whole thing in sans serif, so I'm going to add that, copy it. I'm going to add that to my rule over here. So I have the whole thing in sans serif. Okay, I like that a little bit better. All right, so what else could make our table a little bit prettier? Well, how about if in the table itself I had a background color? Okay, let's try that. So the border color right now is cadet blue. I'm going to change it back to black. Save. Okay, and let's give it a background color. Background color. Okay, I don't know why I'm stuck on this azure color, but I am, so there you go. Let's see if we like it. So if you'll notice, this is auto indenting for us, and sometimes I don't like that. All right, I like that fine, but quite honestly, I think I would like the table data. I'm going to pull out the CSS from table data. I'm going to remove table header. I want my header to be more distinctive. So all of this is just going to apply to table table data, and I'm just going to take out all of this. I'm going to take out the table tag, I'm going to take out the table header tag, and I'm going to have this rule apply only to table data. Now check this out here. I don't want to have two rules for table data. That would not be good. So I'm going to move my color up here, and I'm going to remove the rule for table data. Instead, I'm going to use a rule simply for table data and table header. All right, so goodbye. All right, let's see what we have here. Okay, so the problem here is that I also need a rule for the table itself, right? So this is giving us a look that I don't like, so I'm going to put table back in, comma. Remember, you can, there we go, separate those. But now I would like this to have some padding. I've taken out the CSS, all of the CSS for the table header. And I'm going to write different CSS for the table header that will differentiate it from the table. All right, you can do all kinds of fancy things with tables, but we're keeping it simple. So we are going to give it some padding. And I think I'm going to go with 10 pixels for this. Okay, and so we have let's do color. Okay, stop it, Lisa. Your indents don't have to be perfect. But I would like a font color. Actually, I just want color, not font color. Color. And I think I'm going to have the type be black. Okay. And I am going to have the background color be something different. So the background color I think I'm going to have be darker. And I'm going to go to my CSS color codes. So I'm going to I'll use a different tool for this just to show you another tool. So let's just look up HTML color codes, or HTML. Now see here we have here our color names. This is my favorite one. And here's another one that I like, w3schools.com colors color picker. All right, so this is actually a really nice tool. I like it almost as much as I like HTML colorcodes.com, but it gives you a preview of any color that you like in background, shadow, lighter, darker, gives you the hex codes for all of it. And I kind of like this one actually, so I'm going to use this hex color, this darker blue here. All right, back to brackets. Save and preview. Okay, so now the only problem is I don't really like the black, so we're going back to Alice Blue for that, or white. Let's go to white. Or white smoke. Ooh, okay. All right, so now I have a table. Okay, this is not the most aesthetic table that I could write ever, but it is functional and it has all of the elements that I want to teach you, which is row span, table header, background and typeface colors, and again, I continue to give us the word of warning here, which is that we are using CSS within the head tag, which is non-standard. Remember that all of this stuff we're eventually going to write into a separate style sheet, which we will link to multiple web pages. So you've been warned. Now go and play with tables and be happy.